All right, good afternoon or good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. So I'm going to show you what we did last night. Hang on, let me pause this. I need to set something up. All right, now we're ready. So made some navigation changes. I had a big ugly banner across the top, so now it is just this simple text. And if you're a public user, you're not logged in, you would see my data, and you still do, but in the past you would be able to go ahead and browse around and see analyze, click the analyze button, which would take you to the analyze data screen. So now you're just here. This is all you get to see, just to make it simpler. I don't think anybody was probably going to do much of that. And here's the login button now. So we have a card region that we're using for navigation, and navigation's been made very simple. I've gotten rid of here. It doesn't say like login up here. It's only here now. So if I click login, it takes me to the login screen. I've gotten rid of the I think there was a hero box up here just so it looks a little bit more consistent. Probably going to change the color on that. And this is what we'll call declarative. So not all the text on the site is obviously needs to be declarative, but things that you may want to change, add copy and things like that. So what we've done is we've put that in a function, and we return the HTML, and it is a PL SQL region. We can show you that. Let's go to. I love Quick Edit, by the way. Absolutely love it. So we can click that, takes us right to it. You can see it's dynamic content, and we just do http.p and we call our HTML. When you see examples of this, you'll see a lot of kind of convoluted http.p, return these tags and stuff like that. I think this is a lot simpler, just a string. We could also do markdown here, convert it to HTML on the return. And I'm doing the templating thing. If you saw in one of my previous videos, we're just going to use pound tag name pound, and we can replace login link with our login link. I was doing that on the other pages and don't need that anymore, so this is fairly easy to clean up when everything is easy to find. So make some changes there. Okay. Also, just changing topics here a little bit. In K2, in the folder layout that I'm using, I've got all my projects. If you get this, you'll only see demo project, but in Superloser, I have dev and prod. I really like this because I can do comparisons and merges pretty quick. I use WinMerge for that. It's a great tool and it's free. I'm usually putting an app-to-do.md, and I just try to have a quick place to jot ideas down. So what's coming, there's some little fixes, but the big ones would be maybe that need to be wrapped into K2 and provided publicly would be, a reliable way to send email. You can send email using various services like Oracle or Apex allows me to, Max Apex allows me to hook up their mail server. But in terms of sending a lot of emails, if you have a lot of users and reliability and tracking all that, you're probably going to use an outside service. So some sort of integration with mailing list and the ability to send emails from within Oracle and trigger those emails. That's something I need to look into. And payments integration, I don't expect to make any money with Superloser. It's kind of my current sample project to play around with and try ideas out. But I'd like to at least build in payments so that it looks like a traditional SaaS application. And the whole idea behind K2 is that you could be up and running and developing an application with payments and email integration and all this kind of stuff within a short day, and using this framework and kind of developing things the way I develop them. But you can do it your own way and just get the framework up and running and get the site up and running with authentication, payments, email, all that. Okay, going to go back to our screen here. Which one were we on? So again, simplified it. Let's go ahead and log in, and I've now got competing password tools. I've got Brave working on top of, or one or the other, Brave on top of LastPass, or LastPass on top of the other. So now once you log in, we get a couple more navigation tabs. Now these are really nice on the phone. And another thing I want to show is this add-on. It's called Mobile Simulator. There might be one or two with the same name. I'm not sure what this one exactly is, but I had a hard time finding it once I lost it one time. But it's really cool because it does that, which is nice, and it's fairly accurate. So Mobile Simulator add-in, if you don't have that, it's a great add-in to get. And now we can basically go analyze trends and back, and you can see we're using these whatever the objects are called. I'll show you them in a second. Cards for navigation. So we go to settings. Everything's really simple. If I hit cancel, it always takes me back to here. So we're like one level deep, and all we have up here is log out. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and look at how we're doing navigation. I have some ideas there. So we're using a cards region. Let's go to a page that has more cards on it. This one has two cards regions, one that appears when you're logged in and one that appears when you're not logged in. So let's look at the one that appears when you're logged in. And here it is. It's basically this. We just use the page number to get to the link. We create an icon, and we have a card title. And we can just union those all together, and we get a really nice navigation. And it's really handy on the phone because it's big and fat for your fingers and at the top of the screen. So it makes navigation and makes the whole thing kind of mobile friendly, although this is not a mobile app. You really, I do most of the work on my phone. And so you've got to really develop everything for mobile. If it at all is going to be used, any percent over, say, 30 or 40% of the time, you're going to frustrate your users if it doesn't have some sort of mobile interface or isn't built for mobile. So this is such a simple site. I'm just trying to build it so it looks good on mobile and is easy to navigate. So that's what I've got, those cards regions. And I'm using style B. Now what would be really cool would be if there were 100 styles and they were visually represented here, so that you could quick select and not have to select a style, save, go look at it. So if you had a rich list, a combo drop-down list where you could have an image of or an example of what the style was, that would be really cool. Or at least a link right here to a page full of all the styles. Putting that help. There's no help here. I often don't know what these things. Some of these work sometimes on some objects, and sometimes they don't. They're rather generic. Be nice to know exactly what these things do, and if they always do something for whatever object you're looking at. But having inline help context, I know up here, I think I'm rambling a little bit, but up here the help is pretty helpful. Like when you click something, you get context, immediate context of what you're looking at. Sometimes there could be better examples and things. But anyway, that's something I would do. You could probably build a CSS library that modifies these on the fly and makes them really cool. And I would like to do that, but don't have the time. But these are a little too big right now. I'd like them a little smaller. If I wanted to make some other changes and stuff, that would be cool. So something to think about. But for now, I find this as a handy way to navigate. And okay, I think I've gone a bit long, but covered some good ground. My way in today was good. This is not health advice, but you can see what I'm trying to do is stay below my 7-day average. And so for the past 2 days, I have been well below my 7-day average. And if I go to the Analyze Trends, what I want to look at here is what I've learned over time is when this thing makes a turn, it lags. And so as soon as that thing makes a turn up, it's time to get serious about whatever your exercise and weight loss regimen is, if you want to kind of slow it down and get it stable, or turn it back down again. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm working hard, so it looks like I've got at least another day before this kind of turns a corner, and maybe I can eat a little bit more moderately. There's some other things that I'm going to fix here. The calorie balance here and here is not quite the number. It's looking at your rolling 7 days compared to rolling 7 days is not actually what I want to see. I actually want to just do a average weight to average weight comparison from 7 days ago, and I think that'll be more accurate. It'll fluctuate a little more, but anyway, so that's what we've got. Thanks for watching.